wow, it's like you sleep, wake up, and it's another month. Actually, if I'm honest, I'm not surprised it's November, because I've literally tried this year to be intentional every single month to make sure that I am working to accomplish that list that I've been talking to us about. So this is an update as to where I am, and also just to encourage those of us that are doing it, those of us that have made a list, those of us that have goals this year, I just want to just encourage us, because I know it's not easy. I know it's easy to like create a list, right? Like to just write down things you want to do. And then when it comes to actually working on it, you know, things can come that can interrupt that list, that can get in the way. But the one message I've been saying like from the beginning in January is, unless you actually start writing something, unless you actually create a list, you write some goals down, you are really going to still be in the same position as you was last year. We know how last year was, we know how we ended. And I don't know about you, but I reflected on last year, because I always do at the end of the year. And I just thought, my God, this year, I mean, I was grateful for a lot of positive things that did happen, but a lot of negative things also did happen. And also, I wasn't able to do a lot of things that I had actually written down on my list. But one realization I had was, you know, like life could just end for any of us at any point, right? So how do you want to end the year? How do you want to end your life? Like what do you want us, your children, your family, friends, like to say about you when that happens to you? And I know this is a bit morbid and people don't like talking about death, but look, the truth is death happens, and it happens to the best of us. Death doesn't have people's names on his list of people to take. It just happens to anybody, right? So how do we want to end our life? And I think that unless we are intentional every year about what it is we want to achieve at the end of the year, then we are just going to have a repeat of last year. So that's why I started at the beginning of the year, to encourage us to just create a list of things. Because if I use the word goal, you get stressed. So I'm like, no, just start with the list. Get a piece of paper, just write down 10 things that you want to accomplish by the end of this year, 2021. Well, it's November. How's it going? Have you had the chance? No. Okay. Well, I want to encourage those of us that have. Those of us that did create a list and have been working on it. I'm sure you've had challenges that came against you, but I just want to encourage you to say, keep going. Do not quit, okay? Because you're still alive for a reason. You were created for a reason. And until you see what you want to see, then you really don't have anything else but to just keep going. Now, one thing that I'm doing that I want to also pass on to you, and this will apply to those of us that have created a list already and those of us that didn't create a list. We have about, I think, 6.5 weeks left of this year before we end. How do you want to spend the next 6 weeks? How do you want the next 6 weeks to kind of end for you? What do you want to see happen? Because it's still not too late. So what I'm doing, what I decided to do, is to look at my list of things that I wrote, and I'm being realistic with myself. I've only got 6 weeks left. There's been a lot that's happened that kind of distracted me to be able to do some of the things on the list, but I have 6 weeks. What can I do in 6 weeks? So I'm challenging you, if you also had goals that you had written, what can you do in the next 6 weeks so that you do have something positive to reflect on at the end of the 6 weeks? What can you do? And if you didn't create a list, hey, in 6 weeks, trust me, you can do a lot. You'll be surprised what you can accomplish in 6 weeks. So create a short list. Write 3 things, 4 things, even 5. I've got 5 things down. 5 things I really want to push myself to try and do. Even if I end up only doing 3 of those 5 things, I'm okay. At least I had something that I was working on that pushed me, that woke me up and kept me going. Okay, so I want to encourage us, if you have not created a list, then use this time to just sit down and reflect and think about what 2, 3, 4 things that you want to do before 2021 comes to the end. Woo! Can you believe it? 2021 is about to end and we're about to start saying 2022. How do you want 2022 to look like for you? So, like I said, take some time and just create a list of 3, 4, 5 things that you want to get done by the end of the next 6 weeks. And then in December, we will celebrate together, okay? It's not how you start, it's how you finish off. Are you going to finish off dead or are you going to finish off alive? And you finish off alive if you accomplish some things, because whatever you will accomplish, it's going to motivate you next year. It's going to encourage you to do this again. And next year, I'm going to challenge us even more. I think I might go big. I don't know. But yeah, I just really wanted to just do this quick video to just encourage us to keep going. Those of us that are working towards something, okay? Like, I think it was Les Brown that said, it's not over until you say it's over. So the year isn't over. There's still 6 weeks left. If you are working on something, keep going, okay? Keep on going. And if you haven't done this, if you haven't made a list of things to focus on, then use the next 6 weeks and just create 2, 3 things that you want to focus on, that you want to achieve, so that at the end you can reflect back and say, it really was a good year and it didn't end like 2020. It was different. It was 2021. Okay. I hope this encourages you. Thank you so much for watching this quick monthly update that I'm doing. And I appreciate you following me. Have a fantastic rest of the month. And I will see you next month for another update. Take care. Bye-bye.